Alright, welcome back to another extremely low budget video that is going over my Light Fighter loadout for this upcoming Light Fighter challenge. This is going to be part 2 of a 3, maybe 4-part series going over my Light Fighter loadout. This is going to be my fighting load in this video. This is going to be comprised of my chest rig and my rifle. There's nothing exciting here. Hate to break it to you. There's nothing cool about my rifle. There's nothing cool about my kit. It is what I have. This is secondhand stuff. This is budget stuff. This is stuff that I am making work, and it's working for me. So we'll start off with probably the boringest thing is my rifle. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P 15T, T for tactical, that I've done a couple of things to make it a little bit more customizable and effective. We'll start with the front. I didn't touch the muzzle device, but I did add a white light flashlight with the pressure pad. You can see my flashlight there. It came with flip up sights. The M-LOK foregrip is the same. I added a QD sling mount, and I added this forward grip right here. This is a Blue Force Gear Vickers sling. The optic is going to be a Romeo red dot. It's like a Romeo 5. I don't know. I got a 3x magnifier on here. Flips to the side. I have a bad lever, so that way you can lock the bolt to the rear and manipulate your bolt release with your trigger finger. I have another QD mount right here. I don't use it anymore. I thought I would like to use it, but I just haven't used it. And then this is another M-LOK stock right here. Oh, and then I have an M-LOK pistol grip right here. So that's a rifle. Nothing exciting about it. It's a 16-inch, 1-inch. I don't even know the twist rate. I should know it. I don't know. It works great. It shoots really well. I just re-zeroed, or I reconfirmed zero 2 days ago, and I was able to hit some targets out at some pretty good range. So, not worried about it. That's my rifle. It'll work. Put that aside here. Okay. Now, diving into the chest rig. I don't know what this chest rig is called. I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace, and according to the seller's Facebook profile, he was a sergeant first class in whatever special forces group down in Georgia. I don't know. Maybe he's in Georgia, North Carolina. I think he was in North Carolina. That makes more sense. He's probably at Bragg. Anyway, he modified it. He cut off some pouches that were obviously here. I don't know. Oh, hang on. There's a tag right here. This is a Pantac USA, made out of Cordura fabric. So this is definitely a knockoff of some other rig. I don't know. It works great for me. I have no problem with it. It's been through a lot. And the previous user, I'm sure, used it probably for training. I don't know. Who knows? So moving on. We'll start from left to right, and we'll go over all the different pouches. So in this front pouch, it's kind of like my Lickies and Chewies pouch. I got a, what is this, a chocolate banana nut muffin. MRE, pretty good. Normally this would be filled with like loose beef jerky and gummy bears and other shit. Skittles. I got my headlamp in here. And then my batteries. Behind that is going to be a Nalgene bottle with 1 liter of water in it. Then in this pouch is going to be your OG Wenzata compass. Nothing exciting about that either. It's tied down. Obviously, you tie down all your important stuff in your kit. Behind that is a GPS. Now, I'm not going to be using this GPS for my navigation during the Light Fighter Challenge. There's a land nav section on it. I don't know how long it is, but I'm definitely not going to be using this because that's cheating. So, if any of the cadre are watching, I'm not going to use my GPS. I have a couple points already programmed into it in the training area. In the event of emergency, I can navigate very expeditiously should there be an extraordinary circumstance. Other than that, I am not using this. But in a real scenario, I would absolutely be using that GPS. So anyway, moving on. Nothing else in there. This front pouch is going to be my Gerber. This is, I don't know what kind of Gerber this is. The Army gave it to me, and I still have it. Again, tied down. I like it because it's got this thing that pops out that you can actually tether it. Anybody who's walked through the woods, especially in the military and especially at night, knows that Mother Nature and the forest, she is a greedy bitch, and she will steal all of your nice stuff. So tie your stuff down. Then in this pocket is a whistle. This is a Fox 40 whistle. I had this when I was a lifeguard back in high school. Whistles have a lot of great purposes, obviously for survival use, but also as like part of your PACE plan for like squad or team communications. You can blow a whistle for bounding movements or break contact, or I don't know. It's another way to communicate when you can't yell because the 240 is really loud. All right, behind that are 3 magazine pouches. Well, actually, there's 4 magazine pouches in the front. You can double stack mags. You can double stack P mags, but because they're wide at the top, it doesn't close. But if you have just regular USGI aluminum mags, then you can double stack them and you can still close this. Sure, you can like tuck this behind and then double stack your mags. I didn't do that, and I'm not going to. One thing I forgot to mention. I have a piece of trash, like an old busted up aluminum mag that I'm going to keep in the mag well if they let me, just to keep dirt and dust and grime and mud out of it, to help keep that bolt carry group clean. So that's empty. The one that, if they let me, the one that I'm going to keep in my gun is going to be empty. But for training purposes, these ones are loaded. And if they say, hey, absolutely no loaded mags just for, safety, then I'll take these out and, stuff these pockets with rocks or something. I don't know. All right, then in this one here, I got a little cheap ass iPro or Ear Pro. This is what the Army gives you. This is not the 3M ones, these are the updated ones. And then in this one is, what's this, Liquid IV, lemon lime, pretty good shit. It's good to stay hydrated. And then over here is going to be my IFAK. Again, tethered down. There's nothing cool or unique about this IFAK. It's just your nasopharyngeal airway, your chest seals, your Israeli bandage. I got some medical gloves because, body substance isolation is important. And then Z-gauze in here. I don't have a decompression needle because I'm only an EMT, and I can't do that because I'm not in the Army anymore, so I can't say that I'm a CLS certified provider. I don't know. I'm an EMT, so I don't do any of that invasive shit anymore. All right, then behind this is my gloves. There's nothing special about these gloves. These are extremely old and extremely beat up. I've had these since I got out of basic training. I've re-stitched on Velcro because this is all gone away. I've re-stitched the leather on here. Like they got holes in them. There used to be leather that went all the way up here. It's all been worn away. These gloves have been loved very much, and they've kept my hands protected in a lot of scenarios. So normally when I was in the Army, I would keep my gloves in my cargo pocket and kind of pull them out as needed. But I'm not going to be wearing my OCPs when I do this Light Fighter Challenge because I'm not in the military anymore, so I shouldn't be wearing that uniform. So instead, I keep them in my rig. When I was in the military, this probably would have been used for like I put radios in there, I don't know, whatever. You put a thermal scope in there. So that's what I did. I put my NVGs in there a few times. So that's that. That's the front. And then back in, like, let's see if I can put all my tethered shit here. On the back side here, you have this Velcro pouch that goes the whole length of your chest rig. I have a tourniquet that's Velcroed into the seam here. And then in here, I got a couple items. First is going to be map markers and an eraser pen. I don't keep my map in here because I always found in the military that I would keep my maps and my protractor in my pockets with my pens and stuff, because you're just grabbing that all the time. So I keep it in my pocket. Fortunately, the pants I'm going to be wearing has a pocket that's big enough to keep a map and a protractor in it, but just not a map, a protractor, and gloves. So I keep my map markers in there. And then I had some basic survival stuff in here. This is just an emergency blanket. And then this is one of those little hand saw things where you saw like this. I've been able to take off some fairly large limbs, but yeah, I don't know, survival, bushcraft, stuff like that. And then lastly, I have a water purification kit, which I use in conjunction with my Nalgene. So what this is comprised of, and this is kind of inspired off of, I saw a YouTube video by Spiritus, and it was like a Cana company. They had a water purification pack thing. I don't know, you can go check out their video. But essentially it was like water purification tablets, anti-diuretics, and some other stuff. But so I kind of made my own. I'm like, hey, I can make that for a lot less money. So I have some Advil in here. I have 2 coffee filters, which you can use to pre-filter water. If you're collecting it from a stream before you put it into your Nalgene, you can pre-filter it to get, sediment and dirt and bugs out. Then I have the Aqua tabs. And then I have, I don't know if I already said it, this is anti-diuretics. So if you do drink bad water or if you're sick, you can take some anti-diuretics. And then this is just triple antibiotic ointment, because if you get a cut and you get dirty water in there, or if it gets infected, then you're just gonna have a bad day in the field. So that's my kit. If you like it, cool. Tell me what you did like about it. If you thought that this was all fucked up, then let me know about that too, and I'll see if I need to change it. But this is pretty much my loadout that I would have when I was in the Army. Spare like a lot more ammo. So yeah, do all the YouTube things with the like and the sharing, and if you're interested, go sign up for the Light Fighter Challenge. It's hosted by a company called Lodestone Training and Consulting. You go on their website, I think it's like ltac.com. I don't know, just Google. You're all smart enough to figure that out. Light Fighter Challenge, it's coming up in 2 weeks. Yeah, love to see you all there. This is my first time, so I'm really looking forward to it, and I'll do a video of how it went afterwards. And I'll explain all the things that I did wrong. All right, see you later.